The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the WayFM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally.
Lord, have your way in my life, in my heart, in my soul, in my mind. Hold on just a little bit longer. I know it's gonna be okay.
Uplifting WayFM, this is The Wally Show. And that, of course, is the one and only Katy Nichole. And I had seen her on stage at a concert talking about her battles with anxiety and trying to get help and feeling completely abandoned by God.
I don't remember a time in my life where panic attacks didn't exist. I remember as early as 9 years old asking God to take my life or to just fix me already.
I mean, that's heavy, and that's a hard thing to share, you know, and so I saw this, and I wanted to have like an in-depth conversation with her about that, and she did not disappoint. The conversation was so honest and real, and I think helpful for people who watch or listen to it. So if you want to check out the entire interview, we always have that for you. Just text the word Katy to 91979, K-A-T-Y, Katy to 91979. So I was really curious if she was nervous based on the stigma that a lot of times comes in the church from talking about mental health on stage.
I think there was a fear of like, okay, now I'm naming it. I think I've spent so many years not wanting to put a name to it because if I put a name to it, it becomes more real to me.
And it defines you.
And it also becomes more real for other people, and I was scared that they might not want to listen anymore. And it's like, I might name it, but I won't claim it as my own. This is not who I am. It doesn't have to consume you. It doesn't have to define you. It can turn into your greatest purpose in life.
When you put yourself out there like that and you post about your life, the comment sections can like undo you if you are not careful. So I was curious, like what advice she would have for kids in comments as a 25-year-old who social media plays such a big role in her life and in her career.
I think that young girls are looking at an unrealistic view of what life looks like through social media because social media, it's a lie. It's a lie. You could not dictate who a person is through Instagram. You could not dictate through TikTok or any of the other social platforms because those are just our best moments. You get to see the highlight reel of my life. That's it. Instagram is not the way to get to know me.
I walked away with a whole new respect for her. I always loved her music, but I walked away with a new respect for her, and she's wise beyond her years. So if you or someone you know struggles with mental health, please check out the interview. There's some really good stuff in there. She even calls me out on my mess, which was a bold move, Cotton, but she did it, and I loved it. And you can share this with them. It's honest, it's real, but it also has hope. So text the word Katy, K-A-T-Y, Katy, to 91979, and we will send you a link. And we got more coming up with her in 10 minutes on The Wally Show.
I thank God for his love and for the therapy. I thank God there's pills for my anxiety. For so long, I thought I had to smile and just say that I'm okay.
That is Katy Nichole and her song Healing Now. That really got my attention because I love the honesty of like, I thank God for the pills and for the therapy, things that are helping me get through my anxiety and the difficult things. And it made me want to talk to her on the show and have an honest conversation about this kind of stuff. And that's exactly what we did. And we went down the old therapy rabbit hole with the intention of helping people who might be afraid to take that plunge. But need help. And Katy even had some thoughts for me and my mental health. We do a thing on the show called Shrink Wrap, okay? This is where we talk about therapy because I won't go.
Okay.
And so this is
okay,
like
wait, Wally, I think there's a deeper issue that we need to like discuss
There
right now.
probably is. And you could probably fix me. I don't know. I
think I'm actually going to recommend some therapists after this. No.
Betty would be happy to hear that. What do you think is one really solid tool or piece of advice?
Sorry, Wally, for what I'm about to say.
Oh, no.
I genuinely think your greatest weakness is not asking for help when you need it.
Sure.
And if it weren't for the moment that I said to myself, hey, I can't do this on my own, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't be on this path of healing and on this journey that I know will be for the rest of my life, but it has to start somewhere, and it's never too late. It's never too late to ask for help.
And there's no shame in it.
No, shame is not from the Lord. And as Christians, we got to stop bringing that upon people. We have to start being more like Jesus and meeting people where they're at. So if we could be more compassionate and have more empathy for people, we could understand them and we could actually sit with them. We could actually love them through it.
We had a really long conversation about all this stuff, and we went into a lot of depth on it, which I thought was really good. And I think it's super helpful. If you or someone you know kind of struggles with depression, anxiety, and all of the stuff that comes with that, you might want to check this out. It's honest, but it has hope, and that's what I love about it. And so just text the word Katy, her name, Katy, to 91979, and we will send you a link to that. And it was very serious, an interview, and that was good, but I don't always live in just that space, so we had a little fun with her too. We played a new game called Grab the Mic, and I'll share a little bit of that with you in 10 minutes here on The Wally Show with Katy Nichole. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and recently we had Katy Nichole on the show, and we're big fans of hers musically, and we had some really deep conversations about mental health and anxiety and depression and all that stuff. But I don't like to play in the deep end for too long. And so we tried a brand new game on her called Grab the Mic. And this is where we would have someone read one word, and there's a microphone in between Betty, Katy, and myself. And you have to grab the mic if you think you can sing a song that has that word in it. And here's a little bit of how it went.
Power.
I'm only immediately going to, I got the power.
Oh, you gotta grab the mic.
I got the power.
Nice. You gotta grab the mic. Yeah, it didn't stay that well because I struggled vocally on this one a little bit.
Never. It's from heart.
Never gonna let you. Never
Gonna say goodbye. Never gonna turn around and desert you.
We are never,
Ever getting back together. You know what? Everyone did a great job on that. I'm giving everyone a point.
Turns out I wasn't the only one that struggled vocally.
Are you talking about me
I'm talking
or Katy?
both.
Okay.
No, but it was a lot of fun, and she's a good sport, and so we're definitely going to do a little more grab the mics with more artists when we have them in and stuff like that. But I highly recommend you checking out Katy Nichole and our conversation, like all the serious stuff. If you have somebody that struggles with mental health and things like that, it's a long-form conversation, but it's definitely worth looking at. Text the word Katy to 91979, and we will send you a link. I think to survive, we compartmentalize our lives. Everything has a box, and we kind of put things in there. You know, you've got school, or you've got work, or you've got church. But the reality is, our faith colors everything that we do. That's one of the things I really liked when I was teaching at Colorado Christian University. Faith had to be integrated into the business classes, or whatever the class was. It was a fundamental part of the education as a whole, and I think that's how we change the world.
When I was going to CCU as a student, I was thinking, how are they going to incorporate the Bible into math? And somehow they made it happen. All CCU online courses are designed for busy adults, and most courses, they're only 5 weeks long. So you can take one class at a time and still have time to enjoy your life.
I know I wrote papers at a campground one time, so it wasn't crazy once you get the system down. So that's why if you want to continue your education, both Betty and I highly recommend Colorado Christian University.
It's never too late to pursue your passion. Take the first step today and visit online.ccu.edu. CCU is a nonprofit impact partner.
We're pretty sure she's using ChatGPT to get her information.
That's what I always do, and they never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
But don't bring it up. It's Betty Rock with Newsish on The Wally Show.
They made a whole show about bridezillas because it was such a phenomenon where women are finally getting their day, their wedding day, and they turn into a bridezilla because they want it a certain way.
I have a hair trigger with this, and I even told my daughter when she was getting married, I'm like, do not turn into a bridezilla. That's not acceptable.
I mean, we've heard some crazy stories about how the nails need to be painted a certain way. I knew one girl that she had to re-dye her hair because the bride didn't like the color of her hair.
Absolutely not.
Like,
No.
all of these things. But I came across this one recent story where I want to see what you think, Wally, if you think the bride was being a bridezilla or not. Okay. So her only request was that all the men wear ties.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, wear a tie.
You mean like not in the wedding party, everyone that went.
Everybody.
Move.
Yep. Okay, so here's how the texting situation went. When she got a text from her aunt, the bride got a text from her aunt, and her aunt said, "Ding, we will not be there."
Good for her.
Sorry, way too much.
Good for her.
The bride texts her back, and she goes, "Ding, will you really not come because of a tie?" And the aunt replies with, "That's right. This is the United States of America, not Princess Land."
Yeah, that's right. Stand for your rights, lady. I am so over brides telling everyone who's coming to your wedding and bringing you a gift what you have to wear, how you have to look, what you have to do. I hate that.
But it's a tie.
I don't care. I'm coming to your wedding and I'm giving you a gift. I should be able to show up in shorts if I want, and not even long ones, short ones.
Shorts. Like, this is America.
Like if you are gonna ask people to come, tell your bride party what you want. But everyone else, just be thankful that they're there. Whether he's wearing a tie or not, it's not a big deal. I know everyone wants this aesthetic, and I want tie vibes only. You know, I'm on the aunt side.
I'm on the bride's side.
No.
I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. But then again,
look,
I am not the one that would be wearing a tie.
It is not a big deal to wear a tie. That's not a big ask. I get it. But if somebody says, I don't want to wear a tie, your response should be, that's okay. We just love to have you there anyway because you're important to us. Now, I guess you could make the argument,
exactly.
You're important, I'll wear a tie.
Right.
But it's still America. I still should be able to do what I want, and I agree with her. It's not Princess Land, princess.
Oh, my gosh.
Because you know that this is a story that's playing out in other ways where this aunt is like, absolutely not. You've gotten your way your whole life. I'm putting my foot down.
Wow, you're reading a lot into
I'm
this.
reading right into it, is what I really think. So, anyway. I actually, we have weddings that, like, we have friends and their kids are getting married now, you know, and stuff. And so if I get the wedding invite that's like too much for us, like to have to do as people that are just going, I've told my wife I'm not going. Like, literally, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to do that.
That's crazy. This is your family. Wow.
Well, don't be so dramatic then. I guess I sound dramatic. All right, there's two sides to every story, and I guess I'm right in the middle. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and I was at church on Sunday, and don't sound so surprised. No, I love our pastor and the way he puts things and the things that he'll tell you from other pastors and things like that to help you remember what he's talking about. And this was really cool. There was a quote from Charles Spurgeon, who's like a famous theologian, and he said, "A Bible that is falling apart is usually owned by someone who is not." I went, oh my goodness, that is so good. And then I looked at my crisp, clean, brand new pages stuck together Bible and was like, all right, I hear you. You're looking right at me, Jeff, aren't you? But the idea behind that quote is very true. If you're grounded in the Word and it's a part of your life daily and you're seeking God, then your life is probably going to look different from the person maybe next to you that isn't.
Yes, it's a good reminder because I know, like, I know when I start feeling those pangs of like anxiety or fear, like, how much time have I spent in the Word?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
they go together.
Yeah, they correlate. Actually, yeah. I do believe that. So that's a really great quote on, the status of your faith and where are you at kind of thing. And so this is what we want to talk about with you. This is the conversation for right now. What is that clever way that somebody has phrased something about faith that stuck with you? Like, this one will stick with me for a while because I'm like, that's a really good reminder for me personally, and it's creative, so it's easy to remember. So I'd love to know yours. You heard it in a sermon or you were watching TikToks and somebody said something faith-related that really stuck with you because of the way it was written. I'd love to hear yours because yours might be the exact same thing that somebody else needs to hear when they're walking through something or struggling through something and they can't seem to keep it together, and this will be the thing that points them back to Jesus. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. We'd love to get yours right now. So what is that thing about faith that was said creatively that stuck with you?
Well, this was my pastor this Sunday, and he mentioned that if you're timid, you're a product of your environment. That is not how God created you.
Is he talking about like being timid in your faith?
Timid in your faith and timid in the world, like being afraid to talk to people or being bashful when people are talking to you. He said, if we're going to spread the gospel like we're supposed to and be the church and be the hands and feet of God and boots on the ground, we can't be shy and afraid to talk to people.
Well, it sounds like you go to a very like evangelistic-minded church, and that is a great thing. I love that one, Abby. Thank you. All right, Casey, you're up. What was that saying that helped kind of define a faith moment for you?
A faith not demonstrated is rarely duplicated.
Ooh, I love when sayings rhyme. That helps me a lot.
Well, because this is really lived out with parents and their children. Like they put their
Absolutely.
kids in Christian schools, they make them go to Sunday school, but then do they practice what they preach?
Yeah, at home. That's
Exactly.
the biggest thing. Casey, that's a great one, girl. Thank you for being on the show with us.
Thanks for having me.
So what's one that stuck with you?
7 days without the word makes 1 week.
Oh, okay. I like that. A play on 7 days equals a week, but it's WEAK.
Correct.
And that's true, man. If you're not spending time with God, apart from Sunday, your faith is probably going to reflect that.
It definitely reminds me that I need him every day.
All right, Sue, you're up. What is that saying that kind of helps you with your faith or to be reminded of your faith?
Well, when someone comes up and says, hi, how you doing? And you respond, oh, I'm hanging in there or fine or whatever. And I've decided, and this is like in the last couple of days, that my response now is going to be, I'm hopeful.
Oh, okay. Because like Dave Ramsey always says, better than I deserve. Some people say I'm blessed. So that's like that hidden clue. Like when people say they're blessed, you go, oh, that's a believer. And maybe you're starting a thing here going, I'm hopeful. You go, oh, okay. I wonder if she's a believer.
Have you tried this out already, Sue? And what did people say?
I have, and they're like, oh, great, I'm glad. They have a very positive response.
I guess it's how you say it. Because if you're like, how you doing today? You go, I'm hopeful. You go, oh, that's really great. Or you go, I'm hopeful. Like, uh-oh. Now we got some work to do today. I just got into a conversation I was not prepared for.
This is Monday School. It's Wally's take on what he learned at church. Or at least the parts he understood.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. And so, yes, it's not Monday. If you just looked at your calendar like, oh no, what happened? No, we missed it yesterday. And since the Word of God is timeless, I figured Tuesday school would work just as well. And especially when you consider what this Monday school is about. It's about Christmas. And you're like, where are we? This is so bizarre, Wally. But it's true. Because we're doing a year-long study of Matthew. And I was like, how are we going to do that? There's only 28 chapters and 1,071 verses. So we're going deep into the Word. And we actually talked about the Christmas story right out of the gate in Matthew, which I feel is a little weird in spring, almost like having breakfast for dinner. But it does work, just like breakfast for dinner does. In reality, the irony is we're actually probably closer to the actual time of Jesus' birth doing it today.
Really?
Yeah, because it was most likely born in the spring. But they, a council decided years ago, let's celebrate a day, And so the birth of Jesus is like a defining moment in history, though. Like his birth, when you think about it, split history in two. You got BC, before Christ, and AD, and I don't know, it's like Italian or whatever, but most people just say after death just to make it easier. And we measure time in history by the birth and death of Jesus. And Jesus should also be, this is the point the pastor was making, that defining moment in our lives. There should be an old us, BC, before Christ, and then after Jesus, there should be a new us, and he had the power to change the world. But did he change you was the question. Did he change me? Are we different now? Are we new now because of Jesus? Like in the Christmas story, God spoke to both Joseph and Mary, and they didn't have all the answers. And I know we don't know every part of the plan that God has for us and that he calls us to, but he calls us to trust and obey. And that's what both Joseph and Mary had to do. They got to be part of the biggest story in history, but it took a lot of faith on their part.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about your life, how many things are we waiting for, hopeful for, praying for, and we haven't seen the plan yet?
Mm-hmm.
But like Joseph and Mary, we've got to have faith in that and just follow, and that can be hard to do. So the takeaway is we might not be changing history like they did, but we have the ability to change lives when we follow God into the unknown and into the uncertain. We get a front row seat to see the unbelievable because of that history defining Jesus who lives in us and lives through us today. And you can know the story of the birth of Jesus. In fact, most people are aware of it on some level during Christmas time, but have you allowed that same Jesus to change you? That is the real spirit of Christmas that should be alive in us all year long. And that is your Monday School / Tuesday School for today.
He's so sensitive. This story could make him cry.
I'm kind of getting a reputation here that I don't love.
It's News-ish with Wally.
It is prom season, and I was reminded of this the other night while I was waiting to get a table at Texas Roadhouse, seeing a bunch of girls dressed up in expensive dresses with updos, flawless makeup, and guys wearing wrinkled suits that were 2 sizes too big. Like the girls are dressed flawlessly, and the guys like, I'm here.
Yeah. They
so
just
good.
barely made it out the door.
Takes me back to my days of never going to prom.
I
was never a prom king, never on the court, never even thought of, for any kind of award like that. And maybe it's because I didn't do anything noteworthy in high school. And recently, the students of an Oklahoma high school actually crowned their principal prom king, which on the surface might sound weird, but kids wanted to show their appreciation to him because he quite literally saved their lives, which is amazing. Because what happened is there was a gunman who walked into their school with the intent to hurt people. And Principal Moore saw the man, did not hesitate. He ran right at him, and he put a hit on him that the football team at their school should review on Monday because it was a perfect tackle. Wrestles him down to the ground, holds him there until police get there, and he even got shot in the leg in the fight.
Wow, and this man is not young.
No, he stayed in the fight. He's probably older than me, and maybe not even as in good a shape as me. And this guy got prom king. I don't get it. Oh, no, I do get it. Because that's hero stuff, and not everyone can do that. Because there was even a guy in the video. I'm not sure if it was a student or another man, because this person was really big. You see the principal come out and tackle the guy, and you see this other guy just run the other way out of camera.
That's an embarrassing footage there.
That is not the guy I would want to be in this story. I would want to be the guy that went at it. But you know what? It's fight or flight. You don't know how you're going to react in this. But the best part of the night was how they chose to honor their principal, and they crowned him as prom king. But then they didn't stop there. They busted it out with a little song by Nickelback, Hero.
When they say that a hero could save us, I'm not gonna stand here and wait.
That's so rock and roll. I would love it if they had Nickelback play live like that. Oh, they should reenact this and do it again. You got a second chance at this. You know what? We use the term hero, I think, too interchangeably for things today. But this is really a hero move on this guy.
Yes. I mean, his family should be so proud of him.
Absolutely. And he deserves this honor. That's going to do it for your News-ish today.
He'll let you know what he doesn't like.
I don't like people walking behind me, especially if they're going clip-clop.
It's News-ish with Wally.
There's that old saying, if at first you don't succeed, why try again? Now, I know it's try again, but for Red Lobster, it should be why try again. They're bringing back Endless Shrimp. This is the promotion that's run for like 20 years, and it helped usher them into bankruptcy in 2023. Red Lobster lost millions on that deal, had to close a bunch of restaurants, and when the current Red Lobster CEO took over, he decided against the return of that popular menu item, claiming it's because I know how to do math that we're not doing it again. But then he's had a change of heart and is willing to give it another shot.
Shrimp is the fruit of the sea. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp Creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried.
So Endless Shrimp is back at Red Lobster.
And
but
also, that's not the Red Lobster CEO,
No.
just in case you were wondering.
That was Bubba Gump. So yeah, just so you know, good point. So it's back for a limited time, and he says they're going to do it in a way, though, this time that makes sense for them today. So Endless Shrimp began yesterday at noon and wrapped up at 1:30 p.m. yesterday.
Oh, smart. So there's a certain window of time.
Very limited time. It's already over. They didn't lose
we didn't
millions.
even know about it.
No, they're actually going to keep going for a little bit until they file for bankruptcy again.
Wow.
They survived the day, but no word for how long. They haven't said how long it's going to go. But basically, this is the way it works. You get 5 options for limited shrimp. It's dine-in only, which seems obvious to
Well,
me.
yeah, because if you get it to go, it's not it is limited.
But no, because you got dumb people that will be like, they'll leave, they'll come back and be like, I'm just here to pick up the rest of my unlimited shrimp.
Oh.
And, and then they'll make a big deal of it, like for the internet to go viral and stuff. That's why you have to specify the obvious for people. So what's it going to set you back? $29.99 per person.
Woo.
But if there's no limit and you can eat a bunch of shrimp, it might be worth it. I always fill up too much.
What if you order for one, but your wife is sitting there, and you're like, but we're going to share?
Okay, you can't do that. And I hope they monitor that because I don't like that. I don't like when people do that. I think you're trying to beat the system. I even feel guilty, like if my wife got an all-you-can-eat thing or just a buffet thing and I didn't and I ordered off the menu, like even taking a piece of her bread. Like I feel guilty about it, so I don't do it, So $29.99. But don't fill up on the Cheddar Bay biscuits. They're so good. They're so good. Like, if I was the CEO, I would have internal memos that somehow redacted later, though, but it would be like, all right, anyone that orders Endless Shrimp, be overly generous with the biscuits. The biscuits cost us a nickel. Just keep pounding the biscuits there, and they'll eat less shrimp.
They might do that.
It would be ingenious if they did. I wouldn't even be mad at them. I'd be like, good on you. The most shrimp I ever ate in one sitting was 45.
Whoa!
I had 45 shrimp.
Really?
I make shrimp at home, and I had 45 shrimp at home. My brother-in-law had 46. I was trying to beat him, and I have never been that sick. I was sick for 2 days. Like, it was so bad. So just be forewarned, if you go all in on the Endless Shrimp, it could end badly for you. But from now, for a limited time, Red Lobster is back with it. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. I had a little bit of an ethical dilemma the other day. I wasn't sure if I was right or wrong. And so when I'm not sure, we roll it out to you to help me with this. And we call it 5 Calls Calls It.
Many are turning now to 5 calls.
Agreed and disagreed.
So what happened is I saw a guy walking into Kohl's, and I could tell he wasn't there to shop. He was Amazon returning. I was doing the same thing. He beat me into the store by a little bit because he was closer. But then as I walked in, you have to walk all the way to the back of the store. So he and I are both on the same track. I realize I'm gaining on him. And maybe not even like trying to. I just walk fast. And he's not walking slow, but he's walking at a decent clip, but I'm walking faster. So I see myself closing that gap between us. And there's a point at which, like in an F1 race, I'm about to overtake. But then I'm also really close to the place where we would both end up to do. So it looks like I'm cutting, in essence. So, like, he was in the store first, but he wasn't making the most of his DRS, if you know F1.
We don't.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, he was not making the most of the system that he had been given, the God-given legs that God had given him, and he was not moving fast enough. And so I proceeded to get right up behind him a little bit to the side, and then I kind of altered my gait a little bit, seeing what he would do. He stayed steady, and I'm like, darn it, I gotta go. And I picked up my pace to my normal pace, and I passed him right before we get to the place to return.
Can I ask?
Yes.
How old would you say this man is?
In his 30s.
Oh, so younger.
Yeah, it wasn't an old guy.
Because I was going to say if he was a senior citizen.
I would have never passed him. Never passed him. Would have let the gentleman go.
But because he's a young a young buck,
Yeah.
you feel like you need to prove a point.
Nope, I just was on a mission and in a hurry.
No, I think you were in the wrong here.
Do you really?
I do. I think you were in the wrong. I think you at least should have gone and looked at something to stall yourself.
I thought about it, but then I'm like, I need to get this done.
And you thought, I gotta win.
And I beat him to the front there, and I even picked up my pace a lot to beat him by more than just barely making it, because I felt that would have been wrong.
Wow, so you made it very obvious that you were trying to
As I walk up, and
outrace
she's like, how may I help you? I'm like, thank you, ma'am. So that's the 5 calls it. Should I have adjusted my gait and let him win because he was in the store first on the same path? Or was it perfectly fine since I just walked faster to pass him up and go
it's
first?
It's not your fault. You just walk faster.
It's the way
That's
God
all.
made me. My little legs.
Jeez.
They just go
Your
fast.
Little legs. I got little legs.
So 855-33-WAY-FM. Again, when I'm not sure about something, we throw it out to you, and you get to sit in judgment of me right now. 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take your thoughts on this now. Piper, thank you for joining us for 5 calls it, where if I'm not sure of something, I ask for your opinion. And this is the situation. A guy beat me into Kohl's, and we were both had an Amazon return at the back of the store. He walked his normal pace, and I was walking my normal pace, but I realized I was going to pass him and beat him to the Kohl's line.
Oopsies.
And I didn't slow down. I just kept going. So what do you think? Was I right or wrong?
I think you were right.
Thank you. Betty
I
Rock's
am
was
a very
wrong.
slow walker. I am a slow walker in all things. People pass me all the time. And it's fine. You know, if you walk fast, if you were running past them, that's one thing.
Yes.
But if you naturally walk faster, go for it.
I will tell you this, Piper, if he had picked up his pace, I would have slowed down. I would have acquiesced.
Exactly.
But he did not change his gait, so neither did I.
I think all good then.
Thank you, Piper. You're the best.
No, I think, Piper, you're wrong.
You're welcome. Oh, no.
Hey, have a great day, girl. All right, Piper says I'm right. Angelica, where do you land on this?
I think that just slowing down a little bit. You weren't in a rush. You didn't really have anywhere you needed to be, but we're known by our fruits.
Oh,
and
no.
especially with him being in the younger generation, you could have witnessed a little bit.
Oh, come on.
Shown the love of giving him the courtesy of going first.
You cannot Jesus juke this one on me, because we had no conversation about faith, and truth be told, I was in a hurry. So
You weren't in that big of a hurry.
Dadgummit, Angelica.
You sound like my husband now.
Yeah, well, your husband's always right. I think we know that.
No, he is not.
All right, Lisa, you're up. So here's a scenario. A guy beat me in the door of Kohl's walking back to do an Amazon return. He maintained a pace. I walked at my normal pace, which is fast, and I passed him right before getting to the line, and I got in the line first. Was I right or wrong?
You were right.
Thank you, because I did not alter my pace. In fact, I even slowed down a little bit.
I've been in that exact position because I'm a fast walker. And my friends even have a code word for me. They say cactus, and that means for me to stop.
Oh, that's funny.
Cactus.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because when Betty and I are in an airport, especially, and on a business trip, I walk so fast, and I walk with purpose, intentionality. I'm getting stuff done.
Yeah, but you're hauling people over. That's so rude. I mean,
No, he was not.
That's right.
Yes,
Thank
he
you.
was.
I did
Yes,
not.
he was.
There's no security cam footage of that. We hope.
Right.
All right, Tammy, you're up. What do you say? Was I right or wrong to walk fast and beat this person to the line?
Well, I think God is slowing us down when he puts us behind slow people.
That's one way to look at it.
I think we should take advantage of that time since we live in a fast-paced world.
I think that when God puts us faster people behind slower people, he's using it as an opportunity to teach them a lesson about moving quicker in life. Like when you tailgate somebody, or that people have places to go, and it's not all about your slow little self. There's two ways to look at this. And apparently I'm probably wrong again. Well, girl, we appreciate you being on with us for 5 calls it. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Name it and claim it. Name it and claim it. Claim it.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and we had this lovely lady named Allie who is asking us to name something for her. Betty Rock and I provide this as a service for people, and she's like, I recently got a new car, and it needs a name. It's a Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy. I did not even know that was a car. and I was hoping you guys could help me out. I'm 18 years old. I'm about to graduate high school. I'm attending the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and I've been a diehard Alabama fan since as long as I can remember. I love all things sports, coffee, talking, interacting. My favorite color is light blue or yellow. Can't make up my mind. My favorite animal is a turtle. I have competed in Miss Tennessee volunteer pageant for 4 years, and I reign as the world's biggest fish fry hostess princess in Paris, Tennessee. I absolutely love that.
That's awesome.
So let me know if you can help me out. Would you like to go first, Betty Lou?
No, I'd like for you to go first.
Okay, that's fine. I had so much. She gave us so much to go on, like the perfect car for her. Like at first, I was like, her car's white, so I thought flounder, but I didn't like that. I threw like from it's a white fish, but it's also from Little Mermaid.
But he's not white. He's yellow and blue.
Yeah, I know. That's why it didn't work. I kicked it out.
Okay.
I'm just walking you through my process.
Okay.
And then I thought of Callie, like short for calligraphy, Callie Crimson, because Crimson Tide is Alabama. And so I'm like, she loves Alabama. And I was like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it like your face there. So I jettisoned that and I tuned into the turtle part because I like interesting names for things. And so I thought Crush would be too obvious and not a good name for a car if you get in an accident. So I went with Yertle. Remember that old book, Yertle the Turtle?
No.
There's an old children's book called Yertle the Turtle, and he's really cute. And I think Yertle is just a really interesting, fun name. So that's where I landed. Yertle. Hey,
it kind of sounds like urinal.
You know, I hadn't heard it like that until just now. Now I probably can't unhear it. You're just trying to throw me under the bus with Allie, because then that's all Allie's going to hear. All right, fine. What'd you come up with?
So I also focused on the whole turtle scenario.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. And I was looking to see, are there any white turtles out there? Like, I guess
like an albino?
Like an albino one. Well, there are, but the names were just really weird. And I was like, no, I'm not about that. Now, however, there is one that has spots, white spots on it. And its government name is Clemmy's Gutata.
What?
Okay, so you could go with Clemmy.
Okay.
How cute would that be?
Yeah.
Clemmy.
Yeah.
Or its American name is Spotted Turtle. Go with Spot. Spot or Clemmy. Or you go with Wally's Urinal.
No, Yertle. It's not Urinal. It's Yertle. Okay, I
think the obvious winner is here.
I don't know, because Betty Rock and I, sometimes we'll change and we'll go, oh, yours is much better, and we'll go with yours.
Yours is clearly not much better.
And neither is yours, and
yes,
so now we're at an impasse.
Compared to Urinal, it's
Urinal,
a lot
it
better.
Is Yertle the
Clemmy
turtle.
or Spot?
No, definitely
Done.
not Spot. Maybe Clem.
She's not going to go with, no, don't try and one-up me with yours.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I'm going to send her
Urinal is not going to work.
both names, and I will update you tomorrow on where we land on this and what she chose to pick.
She's not going to pick yours.
Between, what was it, climate change and Yertle.
Clemmy.
Flemmy.
Or Spot.
And Yertle. I almost said Yertle that time.
See, I told you.
Get it out of my head.
Uplifting Way FM. Proof that money and fame do not automatically equal common sense. The Rock Report.
With Betty Rock. Wally, growing up as a kid of the 90s, my favorite animated film was The Brave Little Toaster.
Oh,
Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I know of it. It
Okay.
wasn't one that was in our house a lot. We watched a lot of Disney and Nickelodeon.
Well, what about when you were growing up? What was your favorite animated?
Oh, it was hands down Speed Racer.
Speed Racer.
Yes,
Okay. I never
love
watched that. Well, I found what the 90s kids are agreeing are the best animated movies of the 90s.
Okay.
Now, a couple of honorable mentions are Beauty and the Beast from 1991.
Okay.
I remember seeing that as a little brunette girl and thinking, oh, here's a princess that's got brown hair like me. So she was, of course, my favorite.
Yeah.
And then a Goofy movie from 1995. One of the absolute best. Should have made it to number one.
Quote it, talk about it.
The soundtrack was
Yeah.
ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It was so good. Still
If we
is good.
listen to
Each other's hearts, if I did never too far apart.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that didn't make it to the top three, but I will tell you what 90s kids are saying did make the top three. Coming in at number 3 is from 1992's Aladdin. This one I did not get into.
I
didn't
didn't
like
either.
it.
I've never seen the whole cartoon.
I don't think you missed anything.
Yeah, not a. I did watch the live action remake of it.
Oh, with Will Smith?
Yeah, it was okay. I didn't love it.
Okay. Coming in at number 2 is from 1994's The Lion King.
So good.
When Simba, he loses his dad.
Kills his dad.
No, he didn't do it.
He caused it.
Rafiki. No, that's the monkey.
No.
What's the Scar?
Scar, yeah.
He did it.
Yeah. Well,
let's not talk about it. We're getting derailed.
Like Scar said, Simba was culpable.
No, And then finally, coming in at number 1 from 1995, and I agree, coming in, it should be number 1, is Toy Story.
Yeah.
Boy, you got a friend in me.
Toy Story was such a simple but brilliant idea.
Yes.
And I like in Walt Disney World at the Magic Kingdom, they have Toy Story Land, and there's a roller coaster that my wife loves, but she's scared every time she gets on it. It's the weirdest thing. But you can eat at Andy's house at Woody's Roundup. And so when you walk in, you're the size of a toy and everything else is big.
Oh, how cute.
It's really, really cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what speaks for it is that it's still going to this day.
Yeah.
20-something years later, they're still making more Toy Stories when they're not doing that with Aladdin or The Lion King.
No, there's a 5th one coming out that I'm excited about. Like the 4th one I didn't love.
Well, I thought, okay, this is the end. I mean, they're saying goodbye.
I know.
When does it end?
I know. I'm always curious how they're going to make that story come back around, but somehow they will, and I will be all there for it. All right, that's going to do it for your Rock Report. Thank you, Lady Rock.
I saw that going differently in my mind.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show with Mind Blown!
Blown.
Nice. Look at that. You made it all rappy.
That's not what I was going for. I was going for Broken Lawnmower, but okay.
Well, they're just similar. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Mind Blown, but we're going to do it as a game today. Because sometimes when you are in a conversation, because the whole idea of Mind Blown is to make you feel more confident and like you have something to add in a conversation. And if you file these little nuggets away, when people are talking about stuff, you will be able to interact with them and not feel awkward. So sometimes the best way to do that is to ask a question of the people around you.
Okay.
Like that you kind of want to stump them with, and it gets their mind thinking, it gets them engaged in the conversation. So here's one for you, okay? Charles Schulz, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he's the animator behind and the creator behind Peanuts and Charlie Brown. So Charles Schulz is in a Hall of Fame, but not an animation Hall of Fame. He's in another Hall of Fame. And your job, if you are a Peanuts fan, is to tell me what Hall of Fame Charles Brown is actually in. Like Betty Rock's forehead is wrinkly right now because she's thinking about it. I see her, she's got her thinking face on, and she's trying to come up with what it possibly could be.
Well, I was trying to think, what else has he done with his life?
Yeah.
I don't think did he compose this music?
So he'd be in the Music Hall of Fame?
Is that a thing?
Well, there are different Rock and Roll Hall of Fames, Country Hall of Fames. There's different ones like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that
I have
that's
no
it.
idea.
Yeah, so your job is to figure out what it is. And then you can use this tomorrow at work to stump people with and bring them in. Hey, Rick, how you been? How's things going down in accounting? Pretty good? Hey, I saw you watching the Peanuts Christmas special last year. Did you know that Charlie Brown, the creator, was also in the Hall of Fame, but not for animation? For what you ask? Which one? Oh, I'm glad you asked, Rick.
No, Rick is walking away.
Rick, come back! Rick, I'll sit with you at lunch, Rick! All right, so if you think you can figure it out, you can win a prize right now. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll play a little Mind Blown the game with you right now. What do you think?
My guess was like claymation, but I don't know if that's like a thing.
Claymation is a thing. I don't know if it has a Hall of Fame or not.
Yeah, it should. And I don't know if I've ever seen a Charlie Brown claymation. I've seen a Rudolph claymation.
Yeah, and Wallace and Gromit would be claymation.
I don't know who that is.
So I am so sorry, Michelle. That is not right.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Well, I guess this is a little harder than I thought. But if you're a giant Peanuts fan, you should know this. But here's a clue anyway. So Charles Schultz, if he was getting inducted into this Hall of Fame, it would be an honor. But if they also gave him a medal, that would just be a little icing on the cake. So what do you think? Do you have a guess? 855-33-WAY-FM. So do you think you know this even before the clue?
I do. I'm a warehouse of useless information, so somehow it's in there.
So what Hall of Fame is Charles Schultz in?
He is in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
There it is.
What? He played hockey?
Not professionally, like not in the NHL. He might have played, for funsies. He was just a huge hockey fan, and he did a lot of comic strips about hockey, and so they inducted him.
That's so cool. I didn't know that part, but I knew he was in there. I don't know where I knew that from.
Now you are even more full of useless knowledge.
Look at that. Love it.
And now for some good news.
Uplifting Way FM. This here is the Wally Show with a little bit of good news. Giddy up. This is where we do some good news stories because the regular news can be a bit of a bummer. Like this one that started off like kind of scary and bad. There's a 19-year-old pilot, so he's young, flying his plane over there, just all happy piloting. But then his plane conks out and he's forced to make an emergency landing on a road. But then this is what's really cool. There was a quick-thinking truck driver who actually slowed down traffic, kind of weaving and stuff, and slowing his truck down to slow everyone down behind him. So it created a space for this kid to actually land his plane on the highway.
Wow.
Yeah, and it worked. The kid landed, everybody was safe, and it was because he knew what to do and looked for the road to land on, and the truck driver, not going to pilot school, just figured it out and heroed that thing.
We should do that story again, but with you, an amateur first responder, and see how you would handle that situation.
I would love that.
That's good. I like that. Well, I've got a good news story. An 11-year-old boy in Texas, he was so surprised when most of his 5th grade class showed up in court to support him on his adoption day. So his classmates, teachers, and parts of his adopted family were all cheering for him as he officially joined this new family.
There is something about, there's 2 videos that get me and will make me cry every time on the internet. One, dads coming home as soldiers and their kids being surprised and seeing them running into their arms. That one, and kids being told that they are adopted and that they're part of this new family. Instant waterworks, man. Gets me every time.
I thought you were going to say when you see Taylor Swift up on stage, but I'm glad to hear that it's not that.
She's a close third.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.